Afternoon, guys. Hope you're well. Same process as ever. Please raise your hands. Let us know you'd like to ask a question. We'll come to as many of you as possible. Got microphones on either side. Start with Simon, please.
Hi, Pep. What's your feeling in the Champions League now? You said that when you won it last year that it was like the end of a chapter for Manchester City. What do you feel about building a new chapter? Because you've still got a chance of winning all the trophies that you won last year.
It's better to be here already winning the Champions League, but as I said, it's over. It's finished maybe apart, but once we are here, we have to try to win games, and tomorrow we have the chance to win quarterfinals again, and this is the target. More far of that, I don't think too much.
Pep, you've got a hugely important week. They all are. 2 different competitions, 2 different tests. How do you balance your team selection across these 2 important games?
Selection will depend how the people recover the last game, how they feel, and that's all. And after we'll take a selection tomorrow morning. And the competition is so really important to be focused, because in football everything can happen. You have to be aware of that and do a good performance and qualify. This is the target. So I have a lot of respect for Copenhagen, for the way they defend. They can shape for different systems. You have to read it quickly, because as I said, so Champions League is Champions League, and to try to be in the best 8 teams in Europe, this is our target.
Yeah. Hi, Pep. It's been a week now since Jack's injury. Are you any clearer now how long he's going to be out?
No. Tomorrow is not ready, and I don't know how long it will be.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Pep. After the game in Copenhagen, you were talking about the crowd, and in those kind of environments, you need to make 1,000 passes, and maybe don't even worry too much about scoring a goal, just make the 1,000 passes. When it comes to telling the players that kind of game plan, what do they actually need to know? Because it's not just about passes for the sake of it, is it? Like you said after the game, it's the right tempo. So what do you have to tell the players when you're going into a game like that and you want to do that?
Like
passes?
we play, or we're going to play?
No, like in Copenhagen away, or any stadium like Madrid, Liverpool, for example.
No, it depends. It depends on the quality of the players. If you put the player, for example, like Jack, for example, like it's more. You have the speed to go, but more control than Jeremy, for example. Just put in the play, you know the rhythm will be a little bit lower than we play with them for Jeremy when he's in his mood to go 1 against 1. This is a stupid example, I would say, but this is the quality of the players dictate the rhythm that you have to play.
How important is it for people like maybe Ruben Dias or Rodri to be really comfortable under intense pressure from the crowd, but also the opposition, to still hold on to the ball, to use it in those areas? Is that a big part of it?
We can do transition actions, quick actions, but we are not built to do this all the time. So that's why we're more comfortable when we have a lot of passes and flying or moving all together. I think we feel more comfortable as a team, but with the speed with Kevin, Matteo, Erling, of course, Phil, we have a pace to sometimes do transitions, and we cannot avoid it. When we can do it, we have to.
Thank you. Hi, Pep. Álvaro Cruz, Caliente TV Mexico. Last Sunday, we see Manchester City with big self-confidence, winning the duels, scoring, and the second balls. Do you think at this time Manchester City has the level, the big level, like last year, to fight against for the treble?
The only target is to try to qualify tomorrow for the quarterfinals. We are far away talking about this thing. We didn't say it last season until we won the final against United in the FA Cup. So we are at the beginning of the March. So tomorrow only target is Copenhagen. I'm focused since yesterday afternoon, this morning, and tomorrow.
Do you have Alex Alcalá, yesterday, Mexican player, training with the first team? What do you think about him?
No, we're just training sometimes, so it's not trained regularly. So sometimes come with us when we need it. And all the academy players help us to do the training, what you have to do, and for them it's important to play with the senior players and try to improve their abilities.
Did any Copenhagen players impress you extra or a lot in
the way they
first
defend,
match?
the compact, all the movements they do, they are really, really well organized.
So are there any players you have had an extra eye on in your preparation before tomorrow?
Always I'm aware about all the players for the opponents, but especially with our players, what they have to do. So we struggled last season there to win, and we play a really good game, considering I know what happened against United, against Galatasaray, how difficult it was for Bayern Munich to beat them in Copenhagen. They were not able, Bayern Munich, to beat Copenhagen in Munich. So I know perfectly the strength, the quality, because we played 2 years in a row with the same manager. So of course they have a strong link striker, so you can link with them. They have a pace in the transition. They link inside a lot of time. But especially what I like a lot is the way they defend, they compact, and really, really good movements they do.
Hey Pep, you were talking about the transitions before. How much, when you were looking to sign Haaland, how much of a consideration was that when you were profiling him, in that he can give you something different over the top that maybe you didn't have beforehand?
Yeah, but at the end of the transition is the skills that you have. When you have Bernardo Silva now, or David Silva in the past, or you know, you have to play in that same way. When you have Leroy, you have Raheem, you have Kevin, and you use most transitions. The reason why, for the skills they have. And we want that. I like regain the ball in. How was the third goal against United? With transition. We made high pressing, regain the ball, Rodri, one pass, Erling, ciao. So I love that. I like it. That's why we make a high pressing. But make a transition for 40 meters or 45 meters, we have few players for that skills, but we are not much. So we are not good in that. And also have the feeling that we make a transition so quick and you score a goal, well done. But if you don't score a goal, it's a transition against you. As quick the ball goes, as quick the goals come back. And with more opponents coming back to you. And that balance, sometimes difficult to discriminate. I know the fans sometimes want in 3 passes score a goal. Me too. But we play against teams that they are smart enough to know how they control that. So that's why the balance, we can do it or don't do it. Jeremy, for example. Jeremy is an incredible player for 5 meters, but running 40 meters is not Leroy. Leroy can do it 10, 50 times because mom and dad gave him that genetic to do it. Jeremy, no. So discriminate how, like it's football. Why you play 1 touch, 4 touches, when you shoot, when you cross, when you make a fold-out. The decisions have to make instantly. And who are the best players that take more often the right decisions? It depends what happened, the right ones. And sometimes when you play good, it's because we took not the proper decisions. But they are human beings. It's happened. So it's not a big problem. But from 8 years, I think we are used to play more comfortable with the ball all together. I think we are more comfortable. But at the same time, when Kevin has the ball and have Erling to run 40 meters, but he has the pace to run 40 meters, give him the ball and go 1-against-1 against keeper or central defender. Of course we have to use it. And we knew it when we bought or Erling came here. We knew that we can use it, and we have to.
Hello, Daniel Reyes from TNT Sports Mexico. You mentioned Alex Alcalá. We want to know your impression of him as a football player, and did you have the chance to talk with him and give him some advice?
No, not yet. Maybe in the future. Of course, we say hi, how are you there, but he trained not much times, 2 or 3 times. So he's with us. We're happy to have him. He's an academy player, but step by step.
Hi, Pep. You've been involved in this competition as a manager for nearly 15 years now. What is your view of the level of the competition now? Is it harder to win than ever? Or is the level not as high perhaps as it was a couple of years ago?
Getting better, tougher. Always had the feeling when I arrived in Barcelona the first years, and okay, we arrived semi-finals. Now to reach semi-finals is so difficult. The teams are better, managers are better. Everything is even more difficult when I was a football player and beginning from. But at the end, the better teams always go through. When you play good 2 games, you have more chance to
Does that mean it's probably a bigger achievement to win it now than when you were winning it in charge of Barcelona?
No, I would not say that. Otherwise, I undermine what we achieved in Barcelona. I would not like that. So it was so really good. No, I'm not saying that. So that prize is better than the previous ones. It's not. Every moment is every moment. What I think is when I was in Barcelona and by Munich here, every title you win or you're there always is difficult. It's not for granted. It's not because it's easy. Every step you do is so complicated, for demanding for the opponents, for many reasons. You have to be good in the right moment, mentally, physically, and the skills and the game plan and many, many things, lucky in the right moments. So win titles is so difficult, and that's why I give the same credit for the first we won with the second team Barcelona until last one. So there are a lot of work behind, a lot.
Pep, obviously Erling's a very kind of talented player, but there's no kind of guarantee that he would settle into the squad, you know, like socially with the rest of the players. How good does it feel that he's established those kind of friendships with, because he seems quite close to like Phil and Jack?
Erling?
Yeah.
It was so quick. It was what impressed the most since the first pre-season in a tour. We had done it. It was quick. That's happened because I would think the guys embrace really, really quick and really well the new ones. But the new ones has to do the step, depending how they are. It was smiling. It was so easy. I said it's what it impressed the most of the pitch. His character, lovely character to settle.
Sorry.
He's a superstar, isn't he? But he's also quite
Yeah.
easy to get on.
Absolutely. But I met some of them. No matter the biggest star, more humble they are. I don't know why, but it happened when I was a football player in Barcelona, and normally the biggest ones are more understand better. That's why maybe they are bigger stars, for that reason.
Hi Pep, I'm Jonas from Danish media. Do you have any concerns going into the match being 3-1 up against a team of Copenhagen's size tomorrow?
A concern always is there. Always. The warnings always are there. Otherwise, we will not be single. But in the same time, I prefer to start 1-3 than 3-1 down. So that's for sure. I prefer that result than the other one. I would love 0-7, but normally it doesn't happen in Champions League, especially away. At the same time, the warnings are there, yeah. I respect a lot Copenhagen, a lot.
What are you worried about for tomorrow?
Perform the way we have to do. Of course, the business is qualified for the next round. In football, everything can happen. You can have a red card, bad decisions after 10 minutes. I put example this season. We won, I think, 1-2 or 1-3 in Leipzig in group stage. After 20 minutes, it was 0-2. Two mistakes, especially the first one, 0-2. And when we concede another goal, we are second in the table. The draw should have been Real Madrid, not Copenhagen. So, in football, the details make the difference, and everything can happen. Even we concede a goal in 85 minutes, 0-1. In 0-2, have to go extra time, because it's not goal difference now. Goal in away. So just prepare well, mentally especially, read what they have to do, what they have done, guess what they can do. And the best way to respect the competition in Copenhagen is do your best and perform. This competition deserves to perform your best, otherwise everything can happen.
Last question, please, guys.
Hi Pep, Christian from Danish media. You're talking about everything can happen and that you have to respect Copenhagen. How do you prepare for the games against Copenhagen? Which parts do you need to look out for playing against this team?
Prepare is what we have to do to beat them. What they do in attack, what we have to prevent them, what do you have to do defensively. It depends what they do, because there are patterns that Copenhagen does. So like we do. And this is the way we're going to prepare.
Thank you, guys.
Done?
Afternoon, guys. Same again. Mike's on either side. Please bear in mind that there's a lot of people in the room. I suspect you all want to ask a question, so be mindful of that. And we will take questions from English-speaking media first, and then move into anything from Denmark after that. Start with Simon, please.
Hi, Erling. You came here last season. You scored all those goals, obliterated all the records, won every trophy virtually that there was to win. How do you stay motivated to do it again, or try and do it again?
Yeah, you can think about it in two ways. One thing, I came here and won it all. And the other thing, I'm 23 years old and I won everything. And I got the taste of it, how it is to win everything. And how I work is that when I feel this, I want to win it again. Easy as that.
Hi, Erling. As you said, it couldn't have really gone any better in your first year here. And yet, you missed out to Messi on the two big individual prizes. For you to actually win those, does he have to retire?
I don't know. Good question. Yeah, it's true. True, he won it and he won the World Cup. So I don't know what to say. He is the best that's ever played, I think. So yeah, I don't know.
Ben?
Erling, obviously, you've just been talking there about coming here to win trophies. The Champions League continues, but then on Sunday you've got a huge game away at Anfield against Liverpool. It's the sort of game that already looks like it might determine who wins the Premier League. What's your mindset going into a challenge like that, facing your closest rivals away from home?
Yeah, well, first of all, I haven't thought of that game anything until you asked me now. I focus on Copenhagen right now. But yeah, it's a massive game. It's going to be a huge game, and it's one of the biggest games in England. So we have to be ready for the game. We have to be brave, and we have to play at our best because they've been really good this season.
Hi, Erling. You have scored 28 times this season, 5 against Luton. You scored against United, but sometimes people talk more about the missed chances and the one against United especially. Do you think you have any possible task now that people expect you to score so many that when you miss, oh, that's unusual?
Yeah, I think you can think it in maybe two ways. Last year's top scorer got 36 goals, and this season's top scorers got, I think, 18 so far. So you can think it in two ways, if it's been a good season or not for me. I think we're doing pretty good, you know, as a team. That's my main focus, of course. But yeah, I've been missing. I miss a lot of chances. I will still keep on missing chances. I will still score goals. Yeah, I'll probably miss a big chance in the future as well. And people are going to criticize me. And what can I do then? Should I think of that? No. I should focus on scoring more goals and to help the team.
Oh.
Erling, you're coming up to 2 years here now at the club, obviously been very successful on the pitch. I was just wondering, how have you found life in Manchester and at the club since you moved here?
Yeah, I enjoy life. I enjoy life with my closest ones, and yeah, I enjoy it. I don't know what more to say.
Hi, Erling. You seem to be very strong mentally, the way in which you're speaking about yourself and missing chances, and you have been since you basically started as a professional. You've always been like this, or is it something you've sort of had to work on, just to sort of focus? Who cares if I miss? I'll carry on, sort of.
No, it's been a challenge for me when I was young. I remember when I was young, I could start crying if we lost and I missed a lot of chances or whatever. So I've been working on it a lot, and it's been a challenge. I think because I demand a lot from myself, and I know my teammates also demand a lot from me, and the manager and all the fans. So I think it's something to work on, and in the end, it's everything's in here. So it's an easy answer, but also so difficult. So, but so far so good.
Hi Erling, I don't know if you saw, but Thierry Henry was on Sky last night and he was talking about your link-up play, hold-up play, and the stuff you're good at, but also the stuff you could maybe do a bit more, and in terms of getting involved. But he also said he's not in the dressing room, so he doesn't know what Pep asks you to do. So is it Pep saying don't get involved too much? Would you like to get involved more? Is it something that you could maybe improve? Like, what is the actual instruction when it comes to getting on the ball in this team outside of the box?
Yeah, I don't want to say too much about this because obviously it's our tactic and what we use against the opponents. But yeah, I do what he says me to do. I try to get involved when I should, and yeah, there's a lot of things I can become better at. Everything, by the way. People say I'm good at scoring goals, but I missed the biggest chance in the world ever 2 days ago. So I can also become better at that. But yeah, I can become a lot better at a lot of things, and that's why we train.
Hi, Erling. With everything you've achieved in your career so far, particularly here last season and this season, there's obviously inevitable speculation about your long-term future. Real Madrid have been touted as a possible club for you. But do you feel you've got everything here at this club to stay here long-term, everything you need as a player?
I'm really happy, especially with the people that I'm surrounded with, the manager, the directors, the board. They are a group of amazing people, and I'm really happy, I have to say. Yeah, I mean, if I say this now, it's probably going to be a massive headline tomorrow. You never know what the future brings. But again, I'm happy, and you can write this, but you can also have to write everything I said right before. I'm happy, and yeah, that's what I want to do.
Following on from that, the club would kind of love you to sign a new contract. Is that something that's been sort of in your head yet, or you're just focusing on the pitch?
Yeah, my focus mainly now is on the pitch. There's a lot of games. 2 days ago was the Manchester derby, and now it's Champions League, and on Sunday it's Liverpool. So I think I should focus on that. I don't think I should focus on anything else at the moment.
Hi Erling, you were talking before about sort of blocking out the misses and learning how to deal with that. What does that look like when you work on things like that? Is that a mental thing that you do at home? Are there any sort of special exercises?
Yeah, it's a mental thing. I don't have any exercises, but I think it's something I've been working naturally on. I think it's with everything in life. If you overthink something, it's not good. If you stress in your life, it's not good. So it's with everything in life, and with my life is mainly about football. So that's my focus, and I've got one career, and I try to do my best to have the best career as possible. So yeah, my focus is to become the best possible version of myself, and the main thing then is the mental part, and yeah, I don't know what more to say.
Tyron, you're back scoring goals now, but it's not so long ago that you had a period of 2 months with injury, with a couple of setbacks as well during that time. How did that period affect you as a person?
As a person, no, it was hard because you get used to something and then suddenly you don't know what to do. You have to focus on the main thing, to be training and all that kind of things when you can't play games. But it's about trying to find positive things in life, because life is beautiful, and I've got a lot of beautiful people around me to be around me and to help me and to make me have a good time. So that's my focus.
Into Danish media, please, guys. So just Danish.
Christopher from Danish media. Before the season, Premier League got a new Scandinavian striker in Rasmus Haaland. What is your thoughts about him as a footballer, and what do you think about his start in Premier League?
Yeah, I think his start was a bit hard, I think, but then it became much better, and when we played against him, I think he was really good. So he's a good player, and he's young, like me. I'm not the youngest anymore, but I'm still young. So he has to keep on developing, and yeah, as a striker for Manchester United, I guess you have to score goals as well. So that's his job.
Just to follow up on that, I'm Jonas from Danish media as well. Have you been in contact with Rasmus while being here in Manchester? Okay. You're playing FC Copenhagen tomorrow. As a Norwegian, what is your relationship to FC Copenhagen, and how do you remember this club? I know you trained in the club as well.
Yeah, I was on a trial, or whatever you want to call it, in 2016. I think a couple of guys from the club wanted me then, but not everyone, so it didn't happen. Sad for them, but maybe good for me, because I went to Molde and it was a good choice. Yeah, I like the club, to be fair. It's a nice club. I've got a couple of friends that lives in Copenhagen as well, and they are standing on the, I don't know what you call it, behind the goal in a lot of games, so they enjoy it, and I like the club.
Were you interested in joining FC Copenhagen, and how was the week in Copenhagen for you, the trial period?
One more time, please.
Were you interested when you were at trial at Copenhagen about joining them, or did you already know then it would just be a training week?
I thought you asked now, but yeah, I was interested. Yeah, obviously it was to join the under-19s then. So yeah, I was interested. Of course, that's why I went there. I remember even speaking with Ståle, was the coach then. I even got a shirt, actually, number 9, Haaland. I think I still have it at home, actually. So yeah, I was interested, but it never happened. Yeah, my destiny was another way, and it was a decent way so far. So yeah.
Last two guys.
Did you have a negotiation with Copenhagen?
I don't know. I was 16, so I didn't do anything of that.
David, Copenhagen Sundays. In Copenhagen, we weren't exactly thrilled to draw City again. But what do you think about meeting Copenhagen now?
Yeah, it's a nice challenge. They've done really good this year. Look what this season, I mean. Look what they did in the group stage. They had some amazing games. We've been analysing the games, and they made it really difficult for the teams they faced. So I like the challenge. I like Champions League, and I like to meet different teams and to go to different countries. It's nice. So it's nice.
Ja, hej Erling. Også et spørgsmål fra Danmark. A question from Denmark. Which player from Copenhagen has made an impression on you? You have met them a couple of times during the last seasons. Is there a specific player?
I like the keeper. I think he's really, I don't remember his name, but I really like him. He's good with the feet, and yeah, so I like him especially. I mean, there's a lot of good players. Look at the games they did against Bayern and Manchester United. It was amazing. The wing is also nice. I don't know his name, sorry. Of course, I have to say my Norwegian brothers as well, Elionussi and Erling. But the left winger, I think, I don't know his name. Huh?
Elias Aturi?
I think so, yeah.
Tunisian guy?
Yeah, him. I like him as well. So these two.
Is there a difference going up against defenders from Copenhagen compared to defenders from the Premier League?
No, I think both focus a lot on me, so it's a bit the same. So it's not big difference. They are good, they are strong, also good with the ball as well. Copenhagen, I like how they play, but they're both strong. So yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you everyone.